Alright, good evening stream. See this late night match between Iceland and Peru. All my co-caster, my co-commentator for today will be Captain Serbia. All going.
Hello.
Hello, good evening, Karu.
Good evening.
Dear chat, dear stream, dear YouTube spectators later on. This is the captain of Team Serbia for XTC speaking as co-commentary for today.
I'm kind of having issues hearing you correctly. Let me see.
Oh boy.
I think
Increase my volume.
I think your sensitivity is a bit off for your.
Right, let's try it.
Let's see.
I think for the stream audio should be okay. Like my audio mixer is saying that I'm speaking very loudly.
Okay, that it might be on my end, but I'm hearing you fine right now, so
Alright,
it should be.
perfect.
It should be.
So we have a special match today. It's Iceland against Peru, and I think both teams have a very good chance to make it out of Group B. Both very strong teams.
I haven't really followed Group B at all or anything out of my own group. To be completely honest, so this will be a breath of fresh air for me, at least.
Like we know Peru is a strong team, one of the better, or maybe the best South American team maybe in the tournament. And they already had like a very good first round. Let me check the data. I think they won the first round handily against New Zealand, I think. Yeah, Peru won 5-2 the first round against New Zealand.
5-2.
Yeah, very strong.
So that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Interesting list too.
Yeah, very interesting. And they have to fight against Iceland, another one of the favorite of Group B. And Iceland also won the first match in Group B in the week 1 against South Africa, 4-3. So both of these teams coming high from a win.
Indeed. This will be awesome, I think.
Yep. Alright, let me color up the ships for the overlay. Discord missiles on pink, blue and green. Pink. Blue.
Yeah, and then the bombers have prox mines. Interesting.
Bombers are red and
Yellow
yellow, right?
and red. Yeah, red and yellow. And then Grievous with its classic loadout.
No doubt about that, right?
Yeah. This is interesting because Ray can easily pop any of these droids, and Poe can as well.
She can, but man, that's so much ships coming
Yeah.
through, right?
Yeah, he has to play very carefully.
And I know in the first week, Juan Carlos on the right side with his swarm here, he already faced a Republic Ace list and won against that, so he can deal with
That's
this.
for sure.
Yeah.
That proves it at least. Interesting. 3 big rocks and 3 big debris.
Yeah, no
This
surprise.
will be a tightly packed battlefield for sure.
You have the big rocks for the droids with
For
the
the-
struts.
Yeah, and the debris for Ray to ignore with Corsair, I guess.
Yeah, no surprise here, like you put the big rocks in kind of a wall close to your side for starting. And easily play turret defender with your droids.
Yeah, and it will be extremely difficult for Ray to go through those rocks. So it will be kind of a no-go zone for her.
Yeah. Ray, I think in
Resistance
this
there.
matchup she likes the open space a lot more.
Yeah, for sure. She can't get bogged down into the rocks because she'll get mowed down by the droids pretty fast. There, like the one agility only goes so far,
For sure.
even against two primary.
It's the thing with Ray, right? Like she is like super good offensively, but man, she will take damage anytime you shoot at her.
Yeah, for sure.
In a matchup against swarms, I usually think that you have to fly Ray a bit differently. Like fly her like a normal Falcon, right? Fly away, use your side arcs or back arc, and shoot just range 3 against very few enemies if possible.
Yeah, that could be a good tactic here as well because like in other matchups, you can get pretty big upside if you shoot 5 dice with Ray.
Yeah.
Here you can't really, because you only get like what 20 odd points if you kill a droid, and you can lose pretty much the entire ship. So
That's the thing.
it's difficult. Though he is placing it right across the swarm for now.
Hello, Olim in the chat. Iceland, yeah, maybe one of the favorites. I think Iceland has a strong team because the Thule podcast is like leading the team. And we know those guys, they have been all over the world at Worlds, at System Opens, at big tournaments. They know X-Wing. Hello, sub in the chat. The Discord missiles have attached to his heart. Very cute.
And for Iceland to have such a good team is very interesting, considering how low the population there is. So that's pretty impressive.
Yeah. Like, I know the Thule Squadron, they're doing a podcast in English, and that's very cool. Often together with Jan, the Pink Squadron developer, the statistics sites from Denmark.
Yeah.
It's very cool to hear. And they're always telling stories about back in the days when they were traveling around and just smashing European and American competitors left and right. Alright, setup is ready for both players. We are doing dials.
Yep.
We'll be starting soon. The Gisli in the chat, go Iceland, and the Vamos Juan Carlos for Team Peru. So all the fans are already here, ready to cheer on their teammates. Love it.
Indeed, the support from teammates and your compatriots is pretty important in this kind of tournament.
It's also super fun, right? Like, I think it's mega fun, like, because always in the chat you're seeing people like cheering on teams and just being excited. So XTC is a very good time.
Yes, for sure. I think XTC is the most fun tournament for me, at least. Like, it may not be as cutthroat competitive as some singles events, but it's much more fun, at least in my personal opinion.
And I love everything around that, right? Like all the logos and the cool videos people made.
For sure, all the effort that goes into.
Alright, game is starting. We're removing the templates. Timer is started. So welcome to this game. Group B, Iceland against Peru. And let me check. I think this is the first game for them this week because of the big time difference. So we will most likely see a lot more games later on the weekend. Love in the chat. We have Kerbo saying, "Go Iceland! Small country, small ship count."
Indeed. So the is turning around here.
And Ray, just disengaging. I don't think you joust with Ray.
No,
anyway, here. Right, Poe closing his wings, and it's super power drive. Another very interesting thing here. Egil for the Icelandic team deciding to go with a very heavy bid, right? 185 points list only. 15 points in the bid.
Yeah, that's a huge bid.
Yeah, huge bid. It's like good for you because you can make 100% sure that you are flying last with Poe. And that big of a bid, that's kind of points fortress, right? Because those are points your opponent cannot shoot out of you.
That's an interesting point, though. I wouldn't usually go with such a high bid in a team tournament, due to how pairings work and how you can always pretty much pair into something that has a smaller bid than you. But the points fortress is an interesting point. It is beneficial in some matchups to have that Poe that pretty much can't be taken down with those additional 15 points. So it could be a pretty good choice.
Yeah. Because this could be a rough game and ends early if you just destroy Ray and Poe very quickly with your swarm. But I can also see like a late game where Poe is like the finisher and trying to keep the points alive to win the game. So those 15 points of bid could matter in the end.
For sure. This really does depend on how fast the players actually play and how the dice go, and if the resistance player opts to joust or just goes away and flies a bit more cagily. So it could vary quite a bit.
Yeah, I've seen Juan Carlos play before, both on Hexside Gaming for XTC and then on the Bespin GSP tournament on the weekend. He is very fast on the dials for his swarm, so he is very good with those guys here. And for anybody who hasn't seen it before, right? The customized ships on the board for Peru, they're like styled like little army men, like with little army helmets.
Wait, I only saw the color, but
Oh, you have to zoom into that.
let me actually zoom in.
You
Yeah.
have to it's very cool, and especially later if you can see it. If you open the struts for the little drones, they will stand on
Yeah.
their legs and have a rocket launcher on their shoulders.
Okay. Yeah, I see the helmets for the vulture droids. That's awesome.
Yeah.
I thought it was only a reskin, but it's
No, it's very good. It's very cool.
yeah.
But we will most likely see it soon, right? Because one of the droids will land on that rock, and then I see
Indeed.
Gisli, team captain Iceland, in the chat saying Denmark is just South Iceland.
North Denmark. So
Yeah,
Wait, turn away?
not Iceland. Denmark is just a little country you get if you like take on Greenland, the big island.
and like zoom out or something.
Yeah. Alright, I think this is well flown by both players right now. Ray disengaging and playing more of a classic Viking style, or going for the long way for the flank.
Indeed, this will definitely be interesting. I was a bit afraid that Ray would just go in.
Yeah, that would be bad.
yeah. At least it would be quick,
Yeah.
which would make for a good show. At least like it could go well for him, but it's risky.
You can't do that, especially with disco missiles on the droid side.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
Ray,
you'll eat a lot of damage.
there's no barrel roll to get away from that. It's very bad if you get the disco attached to your large base.
Yeah, it's permanent crits. Though I don't really think she would last a long time in there anyway.
Yeah, if you get the disco, you're most likely dead anyway, because you're getting shot by everybody.
Yeah, for sure.
Both players ready on the dials.
Yeah, it's interesting how fast this one player is putting his dials down.
We can zoom in on the little droid with a rocket launcher.
Oh yeah, he has the RPG right
yes,
there.
right? The RPG.
Oh my god, that's awesome.
Russia's big gift to the world, the rocket launcher RPG. Right?
One of many.
Yeah, one of many gifts in that regard. But
Yeah.
we shouldn't talk about that on XTC, so back to the game.
Yeah, pretend we didn't say anything.
Yeah. I'm a bit sad that Russia didn't could send a XTC team. Basically, that was a bit sad about that.
Yeah, true. Do they not have any active players, or
They have.
do they just not play online?
They do. I know a couple. I don't know if they have enough players for an online team, but they have a couple of active players. And it's a bit of a sad story about X-Wing in Russia, because first edition there was an official distributor and that like official versions for X-Wing, but then the distributor was saying like it doesn't make enough money, and then they stopped importing X-Wing. So the only players in Russia are like similar to Serbia, right? Like importing with private means.
Yeah, for sure. We have to find a way to get ships here. But I think there's a couple of countries in the world that do it similarly.
Yeah.
I thought there was a big drought of X-Wing somewhere in South America last year or 2 years ago when they made that large tournament. So they had similar issues with their distributor. So it does happen. And I'm glad to see that players are finding ways to actually source their ships and continue playing, which is pretty great to hear. As for Russia, I didn't really know that their situation was so bad, because like I never met Russian players, but I thought it was just like them being isolated or something. But yeah, that's kind of sad.
Yeah, I met a Russian player actually in the same tournament I met you back in the days in Italy.
Yeah.
And he was saying he was like visiting European tournaments if he can and can afford it, and he brings the prizes back for his local tournaments. So everybody
that's
can share.
awesome.
That's very cool. We see Ray kind of jousting here, and I'm not sure if I like it.
Me neither, because these two vultures can just turn around.
Yeah, they play tower defense, so easy shots into Ray. And there's another vulture, the pink one, who can easily do the blue heart turn in.
True.
Bomb
The only thing is, at least he can't really place any discords on him. anytime soon. So
Yeah,
that
most
could
likely.
be fine, but we'll see.
Yeah, but man, still, oof, that's a bit early for Ray, I think, right? Especially with Poe so far away. Like any fight next turn, Poe isn't being a part of that.
Yeah, I think he should have waited probably like another turn because the swarm would have spread out a bit, so
Yeah.
he can probably like pick someone off and not take much damage in return. But this is a bit early. But let's see. Maybe it goes well.
All right, first shot of the game. Ray with her Ray ability. Good use. Rose for the reroll here with a blank.
Yeah, for sure. That's the right call, right? I mean, you don't really spend force here unless you
Have to.
Yeah,
Not a good
yeah.
roll. Not a good roll at all.
Yeah, I wouldn't really.
Going for one, going for two. Oh boy, this is risky. Going for two. Previous, taking one on the shield. First blood goes to Iceland.
Indeed.
And thank you very much for Rookie, for Dan from the USA for the subscription. One of my biggest supporter and biggest friends. Alright, continue the fight, shooting back into Ray. She gets the double netty evades. Easy dodge.
Yeah, seems like it was a good choice.
I mean, 1 damage, right? But maybe you're getting 1 damage to sacrifice board position for next turn, and I'm not sure if that's good.
Yeah, probably not, but let's see. The thing is, I think Poe is a bit too far off for Ray to turn in like this, because if the droids just turn around, Poe will not be able to help at least for one whole turn. So I don't know. It could go badly, but it could go well. It will depend.
We know that Ray is double stressed, so she can use Corsella if she can fully execute her move to get rid of the stress. This is important because oh, did we?
If she gets blocked,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. If she gets blocked, it's pretty bad.
Pretty sure that first player is on the right side for Separatists, right? So we have Grievous flying. He's initiative 4, that doesn't matter anyway. So he's flying first into the fray, and he could be the blocker right now against Ray. And that means you have a double stress Ray again next turn.
Yeah.
I don't like this board position at all for resistance.
Maybe not double stressed, because if he does just a blue maneuver, he will want stress, but still, not good enough, yeah.
Can Ray do something sneaky, like going super fast and maybe boost out of the fight?
Maybe. But from what I can see, he doesn't have engine upgrades. So if he goes like 4, he can't go 4 because 4 is red. So he can go 3 and then boost. But if
that's
he
not
boosts,
fast, right?
Yeah, that's not fast enough, and it's also 3 stress at that point, so he can't even sloop. I think that would be, that would be engaging too much, or committing too much.
Really, the feeling this was just a little bit too early, like 1 turn too early.
Get back probably. He could go 1 forward, and Grievous really have to go fast to actually block it there. 3 or something.
Yeah, but still, like, I think if Ray goes 1 forward and Grievous also goes slow, every droid is turning in, that's like something like a 5 versus 1. And Ray with only 2 force, I don't know if she can survive that.
Yeah, I don't think she has a good chance there.
She may have the chance to kill maybe the pink droid with 1 shot, right? The famous Ray 1 shot in range 1. But is that enough of a droid?
Possibly, but you can't really count on that either, I think.
It's still like droids with network calculations, pretty much having the force available.
Yeah.
The chat is catching up with us, and I see a big Ray in the chat.
Ray getting ready to joust the whole Seppi list next turn.
Like we talked about it, right? Like maybe this is the game where you don't joust with Ray and use her more as a normal Falcon and shoot from your back and side arc, but Egil deciding not today, my friends, not today.
Yeah, he's just going all in, it seems. I'm interested in what Poe will do this time, because he could potentially get in pretty close if they turn in. Maybe using Black 1 even. But I don't know. That could also be pretty risky.
I have my Google Translate open to talk with our South American friends.
That's a good call.
But Chaco, that's slang, right? Chaco. Slang, Peru. That's quite funny in South America because like almost everybody is speaking Spanish, but each country has their own version of slang.
Yeah, like their own mini language. Yeah, it says boy.
Yeah, like maybe like dude, maybe, right? Or mate. What are you doing?
Yeah, yeah. Could be, could be. It says that in Central America it means twin.
Means what?
Twin.
To win.
Like,
oh, this could be.
Yeah, so it could be something like bro, perhaps?
Yeah, bro, what are you doing, bro? Right?
Yeah.
I can see
Yeah.
that actually. Vamos is easy. That's like very universal.
Yeah.
Around the- I've been to Colombia like before the pandemic for work in Medellin and Bogota, and I love it. Very beautiful country.
I've never been to America at all, like North America or South America.
One of these
So-
days after all the stuff we have right now.
Oh
It's
man,
over
it's
the
too
way.
far away. Too
No,
far away
it's
for me.
It's so nice. Like the people are amazing there, and in Colombia they speak very good Spanish. They speak better Spanish than the Spaniards in Spain.
Do they?
Yes,
Like,
in Spain the
easier to
people
understand?
are talking very fast and they're mumbling a lot in Spain because that's
Ah, I
how you
see,
talk
I see.
there. In Colombia, it's a very clear and slow Spanish, and even me with my bad Spanish, I could understand almost everything.
Yeah, that's awesome. What's the difference between like German dialects? Like, for example, in Austria and in Germany, is it much different?
It's noticeable. It's certainly noticeable. Less in the cities because in Germany, in the cities, most are speaking like High German, Standard German.
I see.
But in the rural areas in the south, there's like a heavy dialect, and if you get like somebody from the rural areas in the north and south to talk with each other, it's getting difficult because they both have heavy dialects, heavy accents.
I see. I see. It's kind
Uh,
of similar in Serbia as well,
Mhm.
and especially when you, for example, when you compare Croatian, like the main dialect and the one from the islands, it's you can't even understand a single word.
yeah,
It's-
right.
yeah, it's completely different. Like
Mhm.
I usually understand everything that Croats say, but the Islanders, oh man, not a single word. Like
Yeah.
it's so different. So I can see that.
Yeah, it's certainly true. Like I'm a city boy from the north, right? I speak standard German all
Yeah.
day, and here in the south, where I live now, sometimes in more rural villages, it's getting hard to understand people.
Okay, so the swarm turned in. This is a big oof for Ray, I think.
Yeah, this is just waiting for Ray to come in.
Yeah, this is rough. Let's see where Grievous goes then.
The hardest German dialect actually is for the people who live in Italy in South Tyrol,
Okay,
which is
so
like
kind of like yes, south of Austria, somewhere in that area. Yeah.
yeah, in the Alps, right, in the mountains. That's like a special
Okay.
region in Italy, and those people still speak like a very special kind of German in there, and that's so hard that I cannot understand them at all. Like it's very rough.
Yeah, probably similar to the Croatian thingy.
All right, Ray is jousting actually, and oh, it's a 5 versus 1 and lots of range one shots. I don't know what to think about that, man.
Potentially, he could kill Pink before it shoots, but
That's-
still, he's.
I think you
he's
have to.
getting it.
I think you can't shoot into Grievous. This is just not good enough.
Though the thing is, the pink droid will launch Discord missiles,
Yeah.
right?
But you are lucky here, I think maybe, because it will still attach in the front, right? Like I think there's still enough place to attach in the front. Yeah, not lucky at all.
Yeah, I think so. I think there is space because it's. Is it the width of a base?
Not sure actually. I don't think so.
Even if it is, I think it fits. So I think he's in trouble here.
Yes, for certain. Like I think Egil maybe hoped to get a bit closer with Ray, so the Discord attaches to the back and can fly away next turn.
Yeah.
But quite honestly, this looks already very good for T Peru here, just from the
Indeed.
board position.
It does look pretty good. My money would be on Peru right now, but we will see.
Mhm.
Foe is coming in, so
It could be the end game finisher, right? Like 1 versus everybody.
Yeah, the thing is, even if Ray dies here, and if she takes out 1 droid, and Poe does some serious damage, he could potentially claw his way back into.
Poe with
Okay,
that roll.
okay.
Quite happy about that against the shieldless bomber.
Yeah, that's 2
Oh no,
crits.
that was Poe, right? Why do you spending
Yeah.
that? Oh, forgot about Disco. Yeah, they're doing it now. Like Poe was rolling a little bit too fast for the start of engagement phase. So they're doing Discord missiles now. Yeah, it attaches to the front. That is bad for Rey because next turn she really, really has to try to bump into one of the droids so she can get away from that. Alright, it's loose stabilizer and damage engine on yellow bomber. Update the overlay. Loose stabilizer and damage engine, right?
Yeah.
Oh, this is good crits for the resistance.
It is. It is pretty good.
The bomber's relying on the hard turns very much, and also loose stabilizer with already damage. Nice.
Yeah, well, it's not good for that yellow bomber, but I still think that's not too bad.
Yeah, there are worse crits out there. Certainly.
Yeah, considering the resistance only has 2 shots per turn, basically.
Oh, I think it was. Let us check.
Okay, Rey with 5 hits, or rather
into
3
Grievous
hits
though, shooting into Grievous, not shooting into the drone. And Grievous with a double evades here and could even use Impervium plating.
Will probably do so.
Panic Pilot? No, not yet.
No, this is a great crit for Rey here, or for the resistance rather.
Second crit. Done Pilot! 2 Pilot crits, no Impervium plating! Grievous down to 3 after that.
This is insane.
Yeah, but still, that means everybody's shooting back into Rey though.
That is true. That is true.
Quite honestly, I think I would have loved to shoot into Pink and just delete Pink to avoid 1 range 1-shot.
Yeah, I think that would be a good call as well.
The Rey defense, I think.
So far, so good.
Yeah. They have device Rey, so you have a couple of dice to use.
Yeah, he has to use the force there.
Right, more shots incoming. Now you have calculates active.
Yeah, this will hurt a bit more, probably. Yeah.
Rey, amazing on defense. Can spend another
force. Has to really, because of the stealth device there.
The thing is, right, like even if you can survive damage here, stealth device will be deactivated because of the disco.
True.
Which is a bit sad.
Into Poe.
Oh, 1 damage!
Ooh, takes a shield.
Don't want to see that, right? Poe as your endgame ace. Already taken. Oh, that's Lone Wolf! Sure. Lone Wolf!
Oh,
Lone Wolf!
That's good. That's
Get the shield back on board. Nice. Alright, so right now, dice are rolling favorable for Iceland.
For sure. It is paying off. 2 hits into Rey.
Rey on 3 defense. Has the focus token. No damage.
Oh
still
yeah.
No
this
damage.
Is. I didn't catch that focus token at all.
I can't believe it. Rey is double black.
Oh my god.
She will maybe get away with it.
Yeah,
Jousting.
She's alive.
1 versus 5.
This is
1.
Oh my god.
Rey can do it, maybe. That's another one! Oh my godness!
Oh my god.
Those screens!
This is incredible. This is incredible for the resistance right here.
This is so good for Iceland, man, and
yeah.
poor Peru. 1 single damage from the disco only. That's it.
Yeah, and one to Poe. Rather?
No, Poe did Lone Wolf. He Lone Wolf the evade.
Oh my god, yeah.
This is amazing for Iceland, actually, and now Rey kinda has to try to get rid of the disco. But
oh god.
Except for that, that was an amazing resistance round.
Yeah, this was very good because getting half points on Grievous and even probably getting half on the drone, the yellow bomber, if he goes anything but a straight, which he'll probably have to do. Yeah, it's gonna be rough.
Be a bit rough actually. And like Like, imagine you don't have the disco on board, right? Ray, no damage at all, stealth device active, and have all the moves for next turn.
Yeah. This is huge for the resistance here.
Right, so what can Ray do to get away from everybody?
I'm not sure, because I would assume a 3-bank would be blocked by the time she gets to move.
But maybe it's okay, right? You 3-bank into, you get rid of the disco to the back, so you can avoid it next turn. You avoid maybe a couple of shots with bumping into the droids, and then you have a ranged 1-shot with rows and force and everything.
True. That is true.
Like, but if you're unlucky and if like the droids back on the rock there can get another calculate to launch another disco, this could be bad.
Maybe a 3 hard turn to the right would be a solid call as well, because he would also probably be bumping somewhere where the pink droid is right now. I don't know, it really does depend if Grievous just goes 1 forward or something.
Yeah. And what the droids can do to block everything.
Yeah.
And what a round for Ray. Very ballsy to go for the Jaws, but it paid off.
It did.
Brave.
It could have gone bad so
bad. There were so many shots, right? And even the stealth device and force, like, there's a good chance that you lose the stealth device from Grievous shot already in the first round.
Yeah, for sure. But he rolled well.
Yes. So sometimes luck will reward the brave.
Yeah, and he rolled just enough on each roll too.
Yes, I know.
Which is insane. Grievous is in bad shape though. With these two stress, he will have issues getting it.
Loop. The panic pilot was big. Man, like with the Pervian plating, right? Like so many ship crits in the deck. And you roll 2 pilot crits and panic pilot, the worst one of the pilots.
Yeah, that was really unlucky. The entire round was pretty unlucky for this one here.
Yeah. But that was much needed for resistance, right? Because if that round doesn't go lucky for you, you maybe lose the game array.
Yeah, you ought to lose there, for sure. So this will be a game now, I think.
This is so funny now because 6 ships for Juan Carlos on the right side, and 5 of them are on 3 health.
Yeah.
The most healthy ship on his board is the red bomber.
Yeah, he's full, but the thing is, like, yeah, with Poe and Ray, he could feasibly delete 1 to 2 ships each shooting phase, so
that's the game right now, right? Like, just kill 1 ship per turn.
And don't take so much damage that you lose Ray before you do enough.
Yes. Oh man. Like, disco misses are so bad, especially like on a 2-ship list, right? Because potentially you have to waste one of your post shots to save Ray from those discos. Yeah,
which is like too much of a sacrifice for this list. With 2 shots total, it's too much to waste on your shots.
NW Vader in the chat, gifting 5 subs in the stream. Dankeschön, NW Vader. The sugar daddy of the XTC community. Thank you. That's so much appreciated, right? Because we're very small streamers here, right? Not doing a lot in terms of income, and that is appreciated. So big.
Indeed.
Mr. NW Vader, you are such a great person.
You're appreciated. Yeah.
For sure. Oh boy, alright. The droids going forward, going for calculates and blocks, trying to close up all the space.
Which is smart, for sure.
Man, I have to talk with the other content creators and streamers here, because I know NW Vader is supporting a lot of channels, right? From the big GSP to the smaller ones, everywhere. So maybe we need to talk together and something a little bit back for NW Vader.
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea, for sure. Okay, so the blue droid here possibly did a huge favor to Rey, because if she does the 3-bank, she will bump directly into him and will get rid of the Discord the buzz droids. That could be big, yeah.
Oh, lose stabilizer on yellow. So yellow going intentionally for the block on Poe and just taking in damage here. Stabilizer, which is now flipped.
That is a good a good turn.
Yeah, this could be a block, right? If Po turns in with a bank.
Yeah, and he would really, like, where would he go? Because behind yellow, he could have dropped the prox mine, so I don't think Po would go there. He would risk it.
Oh, it's a bombardment drone, right? Like in front of yellow is also bad because he could launch that prox mine.
Yeah. That's why this is such a good turn for a maneuver for yellow.
And I see the chat is catching up with the Ray turns here. Everybody from Iceland celebrating.
As they should.
As they should. Oh, I think because Grievous bumped in front of Ray, the disco droids get relocated to the back. So actually, Grievous kinda saving Ray here.
Ooh, that is pretty good.
And we see the bump from Po into yellow. Next turn, Proxmine, will that hit the small base? Oh, we have to look at that later, right? Will be interesting.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I think it might even miss.
It might even miss, right? Because that's a one base forward with a template, and then the Proxmine
it definitely does miss.
And Po is on an angle, like the bank to the right was actually the good thing, because banking to the left means most likely Po is getting hit by that.
Yeah. A good call for sure.
More discos incoming, but what happens if you stack 2 discos and they can't fit? Does it explode? Does it? Right? Something like that.
I have no idea.
Yeah, I'm so bad with like separatist interactions because the text is just too long and I hate reading.
Yeah. You just skip.
Oh, 1 shield and 1 staff device should be gone from Ray. That's true, chat. Sorry for that. I forgot to fix that in the overlay.
Okay, so not a good roll.
Ray are used to good rolls in the previous turn, man.
True, but he still does have a target lock, so could be a spicy roll here.
And it is a spicy roll. If you want to spend, yes, you.
I think you spend there, yeah, for sure.
You want to kill?
You need to do as much damage as you can.
Right, calculate to save the ship. Hit crit going through.
But potentially direct hit still kills it, so.
Is it? No, just wounded pilot.
Wounded pilot, which basically blank right now.
Yeah. A little bit of luck for Peru here, but much needed.
Much needed for sure. I think Ray takes quite a few damage in this turn. What did he do for the maneuver?
Ray just bumping forward, right? I think it was
Yeah, it was a 2 bank.
Too hard actually. That was just a bump.
Too hard? Oh yeah, it was. This was suppose. Yeah, for sure.
Oh, not enough range for the calculate from the back droid here, so just 1 hit. Ray has no force anymore though, so takes another hit on the shield. And I think we have 2 discos attached, right? So that means guaranteed crit going through later into Ray's hull. Even more maybe?
I think there's only 1 Discord missile there. Yeah, the other one didn't really.
No, the other one is in the front, right?
It didn't hit Ray entirely. So it's just standing underneath previously.
Oh, I see it now. So only 1 crit?
Yeah.
Oh boy, this is so much luck all the way for Ray. But she will hit the next turn for sure.
Yeah, and he still could really
hit crit.
Okay,
that's a good roll.
Crit will go through.
1 evade, so 1 crit goes through Ray. And another from the disco later. First crit is.
Yes.
Oh!
This is big. This is big.
Yeah. And there are more shots incoming. 1 more damage, maybe.
Peru might stabilize here.
Ray. Oh, so many evades.
Indeed, he's just throwing paint.
Yeah, a lot of paint, man. Very lucky, but still, that crit from the disco in the back will go through, and that will activate Fuel Leak, man.
And there's also so many bad crits. Blinded pilot. That's pretty bad. Yeah, that's pretty bad. Like, she does have force, but the target lock is huge, and you need every shot to count with this list.
Yes. That's so true. And next turn you will get another disco. Like, you lose the back one, but you will earn another one in front.
Yeah, and the way these droids are moving and how definitely he's moving them and barrel rolling them around. I think there's no way for Ray to fight through this blockade, and she'll just keep taking those crits.
Yeah, I think you bump everybody again, right? Bump Grievous again to block the forward moves, bump Pink and Red.
Yeah.
Moving up with Blue, moving up with Green, and blocking the 3 bank. Then you have another shots and disco missiles incoming into Ray.
Indeed, I think Ray is...
Pink and Blue disco deactivated, and Blue has disco still active.
Green has disco still.
Oh, Green has, right, sorry.
Yes, so
I'm
Blue
right.
and Pink. Yeah,
so,
in Green
tell me, Captain Serbia, what is your match this week?
My match? I'm playing against Rebels with Jan, Ors, Wedge, the U-Wing, what's his name? The one that removes stress.
Cassian.
Completely. Yeah, Cassian and one bandit generic pilot. He has Leia on there as well. I think he has Crack Shot on Wedge, and Jan has the title and something else as well.
This could be rough, right? Like so much offensive firepower.
True. It's pretty rough. It's not the best matchup I could have gotten, but I still think it's okay because I don't think the bandit does a lot of damage anyways, and Wedge would need to get close, and if he gets close, he will be staring down my entire resistance block. So I don't think he would want to do that.
You have more ships, right? Like more shots.
Yeah. I mean, it can still go badly. It did last time, so.
Yeah.
we'll
it was
see.
the same for me, man. Like last week and this week are just like 2 very bad matches. Lost both of them, so I need to get.
Oh, you played? You played?
I already played on stream, and I got deleted by TFOs, and that was.
Oh
like,
god.
I got a good first engagement and a good second engagement, but after that it just fell like a cart horse, just like bloop.
Oof.
But man, next week is gonna be better. I just need to face, I don't know, double fire sprays or something easy. Bounce back.
Indeed.
Hello, Hexat Gaming with the order 66 for the raid. Very cool. Finally, I'm getting raided by Scott. Like, I'm working for him. Like, for over a year, right? And this is the first time he's raiding me. Wow.
You finally deserved it.
Yeah,
or
finally.
earned it.
Getting the viewing numbers up in the air.
Indeed, 130 live viewers.
Wow,
as of this
new
moment.
record, new world record.
Awesome. Is this what unbiased fun walk sounds like? I'd forgotten.
I was co-casting with him earlier the German game, and I was absolutely
biased.
Well,
understandable.
He's dropping the prox mines. I forgot about that. You don't need to launch it. You can also drop it.
Yeah,
right?
you can also drop. That's why I didn't think Poe would go that way.
Yeah.
But maybe he, I don't know. Maybe he went through the debris field here. But I don't think, like, maybe a 3 hard turn, but that's still not good. I have to say, this yellow bomber really helped him out. Like, this is huge. Because he basically blocked Poe at least 2 rounds from shooting and coming in.
This is big.
And he might even do damage to him here, so.
Yes. Absolutely agree. This is so big, right?
Yeah, this is huge for Peru here.
So, Iceland with a very lucky first round. But maybe the luck is running out because Ray is bumping again, and now the disco attaches to the front? Like that?
No, it can't really attach because of Grievous.
Oh, because of Grievous, right? So it goes away and you take damage? I don't know how discos work actually. I just let the players do their stuff.
Yeah, the thing is he really dropped those discords just in case. If Ray, if she goes like fast, so she can pick up another one. But he's content with just keeping the one as is, I think.
Yeah, for sure. Oh boy.
Yeah, this is bad for Ray. I think she goes down this turn.
Everybody's reading the cards again. I love it. So, if you cannot overlap an object this way, if you cannot place at either side of the guides, you and that ship each suffer 1 damage. So, Ray and Grievous take 1 damage?
No,
right?
the buzz droid.
The buzz
droid swarm dies and Ray takes damage.
Okay.
I think.
Yeah. Okay. So let's see if we that damage card on the board here. Then maybe a break, maybe for a judge question from players. Yes, we have a break here. Most likely, players are asking a judge to clarify the ruling, how it works indeed. Which means we have a bit of time just to talk.
Indeed. We can talk about how your match went. What happened, man?
It was a disaster. Like, the first engagement was almost perfect because I think I could even kill one TIE fighters first, and he couldn't get all 8 of his TIE FO fighters shooting into me. So that was a win. And in the next one, I went for the blocks. I got my blocks, I got my actions, and I deleted more, like 1 TIE fighter per round. But that was not fast enough, actually. I was leading on points all the time, but I needed like almost every ship to kill 1 TIE fighter. And in the meanwhile, he was just doing damage, ship damage here and there, and in the end, that was enough to kill a lot of my X-Wings and rows, and overtake me in the damage race.
Yeah, that's rough. That does sound rough because it sounds like you did as well as you could have in the first 2 games.
I could have done maybe like the middle part and the end part of the game a little bit better, maybe with other actions, other maneuvers to get better shots maybe. But that was rough because like my opponent's also a good player, right? He's trying to do the right thing, and me too. So,
who did you play against?
Against Ukraine. And
okay.
This was funny because my opponent, Andrei, he's in the same city, in the same small Ukraine city like Sandrem, the fly casual developer.
Okay.
And this is funny because both of these players are playing a lot of real-life X-Wings for fly casual, so the AI in fly casual is more or less like mapped from these 2 players, how they play all the time.
I see.
So I was joking a little bit in after the game that it felt a little bit like flying against fly casual, but maybe it was true.
Like familiar movements.
And I'm not ashamed to lose against the fly casual AI. I did it before.
Might as well do it again, yeah.
Yeah.
And so unlucky.
I was confident in the beginning, and I thought like first engagements were good, but man, sometimes it's not what the game wants from you. My luck will bounce back.
Indeed, the same thing for my last game. Like it started so good.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't take any damage. I did some shields on the TIE SFs.
Mm-hmm.
The next engagement, I killed one, and then it just fell apart really quick.
Yeah, sometimes it works like that, and that's a good thing about XTC, right? Because you have 6 other teammates and several weeks of group play, so even if you have a bad week and a bad loss in a week, it doesn't mean the end. Like, you have still a lot of chances.
Yeah, that's why I like XTC as well, because you feel like a part of a team.
Yeah.
Like, you're working towards the same goal, even if you're losing. You might have just taken their really scary player.
Mm-hmm.
So it's all good. That's why I love this format.
Oh, I see in the chat. Yellow had damage engine, right? So no action, actually. This is kinda... let's ask a judge. Territory.
Yellow?
Yeah, Yellow had damage engine as a crit, right? So he was... No... Nee, that's fine, chat. That's fine. Like, the blue heart, it's blue on the bombers, right? Let me check. Bombers? Ooh, too hard. Yes, it's a blue too hard, which means damage engine makes that white, so that's fine, chat. No judge here. Increase the difficulty of your turn. So I think the bomber was stress-free. Doing a white hard turn, taking calculate, that's fine, chat.
Yeah, even if it was stressful, he only took the calculate, which didn't matter at all, so
yeah.
It's fine.
Most likely not, right? But it's still the right action here, because that too hard is white with the damage engine.
Yeah, for sure.
No panic. Alright, they're just trying to fix the position of the bus droid. So most likely asking the captains or the judges about the ruling, how it works actually.
Oh man, this is so rough for Ray.
This is super rough. The good thing is like there are not many calculates on the other side.
True, but still, you will be hit by what? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay.
Avoiding that. I love it. I love it.
Yeah. That's a good call.
Yes. I mean, there may be more prox mines later.
Yeah, probably. And also, he's really easily blocked by yellow here.
Kinda, it's R4 Po, right? Next turn he's turning away, I think. Like, too hard to the right, blue.
I don't think, like, he could, but I think he can't really...
But if you move forward, are you in danger of hitting another prox mine with a launch? Maybe?
No.
I'm not sure. No? Okay.
No, I don't think so. If he does like a 1 bank or a 2 bank, he's fine. The thing is, he can't really turn away from the fight because he
has to
he
fight.
doesn't have the luxury.
It's
He has to fight. He has to
fine.
shoot down at least something.
So Ray tries to remove one of the droids. Shooting to pink, 1 damage would be an...
Okay.
I have to spend throws here. Target lock.
No, he can't spend the lock because he has...
he's blinded. Blinded,
Yeah.
no lock. Oh, you have to spend the force. That...
You do.
Great.
You really do have to spend the force skill. I think it's worth it too because you automatically kill purple or pink, and pink doesn't shoot with 3 dice, so it should even out.
Alright, and we started the timer for the correct time. 36 minutes left. He's forced to spend the force here, which you can't use on defense anymore to kill pink. Pink is dead. Man, crits are the devil.
She still isn't out of the woods though. She has 5 hull left and 3 ships that will shoot her, 2 of which are range 1 and 1 calculate. I think that's still pretty bad.
Oh, and the roads are a lot better now because you have the calculate, you spend for 3. Ray.
Yeah, for sure.
1 on defense. That may be the round where the Ray finally dies, and she takes all 3 of
3
them.
damage.
Down
Left
to...
on 2 hull.
Yes, and there are more shots incoming.
Yeah, there's 4 more dice. No, 5 more dice. Yeah, if blue gets like... No, the thing is, he will get automatically 1 crit from the bus transform.
Yeah,
so he only needs to get 1 through, which he probably will.
Ray was so amazing, right? But I think just all the time bumping into that droid formation was not good for her.
Yeah, it was really bad.
Nothing though. Another shot from blue.
1 hit though.
No, that was not from the earlier roll. So now,
okay.
Ray is dead.
Ray is super dead here.
We can remove Ray from the overlay already. That's
for sure.
103 points gone.
That's a huge swing for Peru here.
Like, Ray did amazing and killed 1 drone, did half points on Grievous, but I'm not sure if that's enough, right, for Poe alone against 5.
No, I don't think that's enough, because if Poe somehow got to the fight this or the last turn, preferably the last turn, but I don't think he could have.
Yeah, he could have helped, removed like another droid, maybe even a bomber or Grievous.
Yeah, the thing is, I think he really turned in too early with Ray, because if he waited another turn, or if at least Poe was somewhat closer than he was, it could have been better, because like an extra 2 shots from Poe total could have done some more damage to the droids. But this way, I don't think he would really need to play the best game of his life here.
Yeah, he needs to be a super ace right now, especially with yellow kinda in the chasing position.
Yeah.
And everybody else have like easy turn in into Poe.
Yeah, it's super easy to just do like what? 2 hard?
Yeah, barrel roll, calculate, linked action.
No, 1 hard even.
One of this, I think it's red, right? Something like that. I'm so bad with droids. Like.
What do you mean?
No, it's white. It's white. You're right. 1 hard is perfectly fine.
Yeah, 1 hard. You have the cards here.
I'm lazy, you know, and I'm bad at reading.
For sure.
But you're right. So yeah, 1 hearts and barrel rolls and linked actions are perfectly fine, and then you have a big kill box for Poe. Oh man, this is rough.
He's boxing him in, so
maybe Poe really does has to do the 2 hard to the right, and then you try with Power Drive to get into the back line.
Indeed. Also, if Red turns in with 1 hard and then barrel rolls, he's also threatening a prox mine next turn.
Yeah. So for sure that Poe is not allowed to go forward. Like, I'm 100% sure to go right.
Yeah, and he can't even go left because he will eat probably yellow's other prox mine, I would assume.
No prox mine here though, so he could do that now if he is dialed in that move. But the
Yeah.
threat is there, right? And even the threat alone is like enough to make
True,
you
but I
change your
think
balance.
it's. I think Peru would be fine with Poe going too hard left
Mhm.
because he would just be running away and he's losing. So
Yeah, sure.
yeah.
Like in theory, Poe has enough time to win the game.
Does he? 31 minutes?
Yeah, and it's not so far because he already had 70 points from killing a ship and half pointing a lot of other stuff. So the points are not that far away, actually.
Yeah, I guess. He only needs what, 40 points?
33 points. Not much.
30.
That's mhm.
Yeah, 33 points.
That's like half points on Grievous, like killing Grievous and maybe another ship, and yeah, in the lead then. It's doable, or just like a lot of half points could be enough.
Well, he just has to either kill one bomber or
Wait, just one bank. One bomber would be enough, maybe? Yeah, for sure. The red bomber, full kill would be enough. Like, there are a lot of ways for Poe to get the points lead. He needs to play it perfectly.
yeah, he really does. And he's still stressed, which is not good. Also, I don't think he can go around this asteroid with a bank next turn.
That's rough, right? You have to do the hard turn, I think.
Yeah,
Too hard should fit. Too hard should fit.
Too hard should fit, and it's also maybe the best choice here because of Grievous. He can chase Grievous down, maybe, because this green droid will not be chasing him. And the yellow is also turned around, so he could only take shots from red and possibly blue.
Yeah, that's kinda okay.
Yeah, it's not too bad. There is a scenario here where Poe wins, but it's going to be really hard and will require perfect positioning every single round, and
Yes.
maybe faster playing too.
Yes, of course. Like for Poe, I think the more rounds you get in the beginning now, it's good for you. But 30 minutes is a lot of time, man. That's a lot of time. That's
Yeah, for sure.
almost half the game.
He could do it. He just needs to play really, really good.
Yes.
Especially with the overdrive thrusters, he can be everywhere pretty much.
It would be so good if there are like just like one or two more ships dead on the board already, right?
Yeah.
But right now you have like to deal with 5 arcs. Oh boy. I see a lot of American friends in the chat because it's their time right now in the evening. Fun. The late night game for us in Europe.
Yeah, this is so late. What, it's midnight for us, right?
Yeah, in 5 minutes it should strike midnight actually. Oh boy, Poe, can you survive this? I know, right? The enemy force is a little bit split, so you could avoid a couple of arcs maybe. Going for the kill.
Yeah, I think he could. It's just kind of rough with having to do the hard turn here.
Absolutely, and you're right. The yellow bomber taking a bit of damage, but actually with the blocks and everything, being a hero for the team.
I wonder if a 2-bank could fit. No way, right? For Poe. Yeah, no way.
I would risk it. Like if it doesn't fit, you'll feel quite a lot of sadness. So you go for the 2 hard here. I think. Even the 3 hard most likely will fit.
Yeah, but the 3 hard is white, so he won't remove the stress.
Ah, that's true. It's with R4, you have to do the 2 hard, right? Yeah, I don't think you can risk the 2 bank.
No, you can't. Though, I think he's fine here because he will only be taking shots from red, and if he gets into rage 2, which he didn't for...
I mean, he could do tricks now. He can do tricks. As focus, he could forward drive, barrel roll to the right maybe, or forward, or lots of stuff. Let's see what it is. Oh, he goes forward. Oh boy, this is risky.
No, this is not good at all.
I expected maybe the barrel roll maybe to get out of the front arcs and then deal with the unmodified red, but this is calculated front attacks here. Okay, going to Grievous, range 1. No rerolls though, so 4 dice attack against 2. Hoping for the kill, going for the risky play.
Indeed, I think maybe that's why he went in, so Grievous wouldn't get his rerolls.
Yeah, this is like a game for the win, man. A move for the win. If you kill Grievous here, you are back in the game. It's 3.
Yeah, That's good. He has Lone Wolf, so.
Oh, do you spend the focus here?
I think you have to. I think, like, if you already made this risky move,
yeah,
you have to
You have to
all
kill
in.
it. You have to kill Grievous 100% because if you can't, you're dead yourself.
Yeah. It's like, it's better to lose the focus and potentially kill Grievous than get Grievous shot back. So I do think he has to spend the focus here.
Have Anna the Eagle in the chat with a Prime subscription. Dankeschön. Very much appreciated. Grievous gets the results. No blanks. Takes hit and crit. Direct hit is a ship crit, right? So he will survive it. Damage sensor array, which is ship crit, so you can use Imperium plating to avoid that. Grievous takes 1 damage.
Yeah, man, Grievous is mean. The fact that you don't want to see
crits. Oh, look at the shot back. 2 crits. Oof. Tokenless Poe.
Oof, this is bad. This is bad because he loses all his shields here. Right. Wait.
Did he?
What happened here?
I'm not sure. The droids
No, he only lost 1 shield. That is correct. I for some reason thought he lost 1 shield before, but he didn't, so 2 shields here.
2 shields, right? So Poe is down to 1 shield.
Yeah.
And more shots incoming.
He should be fine here, though.
Don't say it like that. Oh, okay, thanks.
Heroic.
Alright. What? Fine, I think only a calculate. There is a calculate. Trying to get the calculate of his teammate. Nope, not in range.
Nope.
Only 1. Oh, another defense. Is that you? Subscribing to my channel.
Yeah, I got a Twitch Prime.
Nice, thank you very much.
No problem, man.
Helping a lot, like every sub helps a little bit for a small streamer.
Yeah, man, I completely forget I have the Twitch Prime thing because I don't really use Twitch a lot.
Yeah.
So I completely forget it's there. And when you just said Twitch Prime, I was like, oh wait, let me see.
So actually, the marketing works.
Yeah, for sure. It's funny, but like when I used to watch some of the larger streamers, whenever they actually said Twitch Prime, you could see like 20 people just using their Twitch Prime, so it does help. It does help for sure.
Alright, so Poe, still not out of the game yet. It's getting more difficult.
Yeah, that boost really closed his options for maneuvering, so I don't think that was the correct choice there. He got shot by 2 extra ships, or rather 1 extra ship, and he didn't really gain much. He can't really do anything. He can't 4K, he can't turn right because he'll get blocked. He can't turn left because he's losing the game and can't run away. There's not much he can do here. I don't know, maybe a 3 bank followed by a black 1 or something? But
maybe, right? Like, maybe you have still 23 minutes. Like, with only 33 points difference. You have the time, right? You have the time. Kill Grievous maybe, get another 5 points, and you win the game. If you don't take any more damage.
Yeah, he could do that. He could also maybe go 3 forward and 3 Talon roll.
That is play? Yeah. But you're risking so much board position with that, right? Because next turn you are a bit sad, maybe?
Maybe, but let's see. Like, Blue would have to do a 1k to shoot you back.
I mean, they got target locks now. They get their mods for next turn, maybe. Like, I can see the cheeky play, right? But using Black 1 to get a shot means you are ionizing yourself the next turn.
That is true. That is true. Ooh, a sloop by Grievous.
I like it. Like, just here for damage. Like, if you get half points on Poe, you're pretty much icing the game. So take all the shots you can. Poe going 3 forward. Could do Black 1 now, like you said.
Could, but I don't think that's the play here. Like, maybe you do a Talon roll right and then just take the disarm, potentially, and have more room to play with next turn. Because if he does that, he doesn't get shot at all, I think. Like, I don't think Grievous would have range, and he could then position better the next round.
Oh boy.
Because right now, I don't know.
He's using Black 1. Charge confident. Let's see the moves. It's the Talon roll, the 3 hard. Rebank to the left maybe to get away. It's a turn. Oh
I
boy,
called
this
it. No, don't go forward. Don't go forward.
Previous should have a shot, man. This is still range 3.
Yeah, but still, green would get a shot on him, and
Yeah.
this way he probably, maybe he wouldn't. I don't know. You just go far back, I think.
Yeah.
You give yourself as much room as you can. No. This wasn't it, man.
Let's see what happens, man.
Stress. Did he take a disarm or an ion?
Yeah, we have to wait first. Like, he has to decide, right? Because after slam, you are disarmed, but you could. Yeah, you take the iron, you shoot here. And going for the risky play. I can't see it.
Well, he might as well just take and focus before doing his.
It's a range 2 shot, actually. Range 2, but maybe the return shot is range 1, right? Because of the bases.
I don't think so. I think the return shot is range 2 as well, but.
Let's see what the game decides. Because, ooh, this could be rough, man. This could be so rough.
This will be rough no matter what, because Grievous gets to shoot him back, but Grievous would have shot him back anyways, so.
Yeah.
Is green?
Do you go to Grievous? No, man. Oh. Grievous is down to 2, right? Everything.
I don't think you go Grievous here, because, well, the thing is, I don't know. I think you go green here, because at least you maybe make him spend the calculate or something.
Yeah. Like, Nettie's into green, and green needs to spend the calculate, so you take maybe less return damage. Yeah,
he's really in a rough position here, because none of them are actually damaged, so it doesn't make his choice any easier.
Look at that roll.
Yeah, I think this game is...
Like, 90% of all time, you're happy with 3 focus results, right? But not this time.
If he had taken the focus, maybe.
Yeah, maybe. Previous with the 2 Nettie hits into... Poe takes it, and I think this is the game. Half points on Poe.
Yeah, that's for sure the game.
That's too many points now. That's now over 70 points you have to take back, and I don't think that now you have enough times. Oh, range 2. Hits. That's it. Poe trying to defend. Gets it. Still alive. But ionize for next turn, so everybody will just turn into Poe and most likely just kill Poe here.
Yeah, for sure.
So, I'm so sorry for Team Iceland, but we will most likely see the last turn in a couple of minutes. And Hedgehog, thank you for the Prime subscription. The advertising machine, it's working.
Indeed. Yeah, this is kind of sad for Poe, because he really did get delayed by the yellow drone.
This is sad for Poe, but this was amazing by the yellow bomber. He is definitely the MVP of this game. Yellow bomber blocking Poe for 2 turns.
No, I have to say that Juan Carlos really played this expertly. This entire game was played really well. He bumped Ray so many times, he blocked Poe, he delayed him so much with the prox mines and the bumps and this debris field right here. He really did really, really well.
Yeah, for sure. 100%.
He deserved this one. He earned it really.
And
really.
Like I said, I've seen 2 games of Juan Carlos playing on stream with this list already. Dude is very good with the list. Very, very good.
You can see he got some massive reps in with this list, or at least swarms in general for Sis. So that's really, really good.
Right, I'm looking at another stream in the background a little bit, because Team USA is flying against Hungary right now. Carson Ray, the hero of the last round, against Totem. And Totem is leading 87-0 with 20 minutes left on the board. It's looking great for Hungary.
Indeed, that does sound good.
All right, Poe trying to do something.
How did USA go in the last round? I didn't really follow their games at all.
Take the damage first. Wait a second.
Yeah.
Say again.
How did USA do in their last round?
They slapped Sweden like so hard, 6-1.
6-1. That's.
But the games were super close. Like, Sweden got a bit unlucky in almost every game, and USA did amazing in the end game almost every time. And all right, Poe may survive this round actually.
Maybe.
Even with the target locks, only one single, 2 hits, 2 hits. Oh, it was a reroll. 2 hits now.
2 hits.
Good. Okay, Poe taking 2 more, down to 1.
He could have done lone wolf there, right?
Yeah, most likely, but I don't think in this situation you're just like ready to die.
Yeah, it doesn't matter here, because let's say even if he survives, he would need to kill Grievous and like 2 other droids to catch up. Maybe that's not even enough.
You want the game to finish here, and there is the finish, there is the dead Poe. GG.
GG, this was superbly played by Juan Carlos.
And I'm a bit afraid, because this is my group here, right? We have to face Peru later on.
Yeah.
And this is concerning, because from all the Peru games I've seen so far, they are very solid, man. Like, not doing many mistakes, like me, myself.
Yeah, man, I can
Actually,
get it.
a little bit concerned. Let me check the schedule. When do we have to face Peru? In 2 rounds, like, in 2 weeks we have to face them. Oh boy, I hope I'm prepared for that.
Just stream as many of their games as you can, and you can see how they play.
Learn all the tricks, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Alright, so thank you very much, everybody, for watching this game. Thank you very much, both players, Egil and Juan Carlos.
Yeah, good game.
Game of X-Wing. This was very interesting to see the decision making.
It was.
And
it was for sure.
Let's rate the Polish stream, right? To watch the final rounds of the USA game. That's always a good one. So, chat, we have a delay right now, so I'm already off with Captain Haru of the Serbian team. Enjoy this day of XTC.
Indeed.
Doing the raid, preparing for that. I think I have to wait a couple of minutes because of the delay to start the raid, because too early for spectators. So we talk a little bit, actually. We
can, for sure.
So, Serbia against France this round, right? How is the score?
The score is currently 1-1.
Oh.
Our Republic player lost, but it was apparently a very narrow loss. He played against Vader, Sumtir, and Fifth Brother with his like 2 arcs, 1 Warthog, and Obi with CLT.
Yeah.
So that was not a good matchup for him at all. And it was pretty close. And the other matchup I actually streamed before this game was our Scum player with Bosk, with Forlorn Greedo, and Dengar with Title and like the transponder codes, and R3, and Fan with Fearless. And it should have been a loss, because that's what we thought he will get, because he played against Jess, 2 Red Experts, and Finn and Rose, and he slapped him so hard.
Oh boy, nice.
Yeah, it was like the first engagement, I was kind of nervous because he jousted him, but then he used jam with, like, he target locked with Bosk, did the jam on one ship, and then Dengar jammed Finn. Fan deleted Finn, and did some pretty high damage on the other ships, and then it was just like 3 engagements in, the guy was left with 2 ships, one of which was Rose, and it was done after that. Okay. He did lose both Bosk and Dengar, but it was like last ships on the board were Fan and Rose, so basically a blank ability pod versus Fan. It was a not to win at that point. So we did get one back, and we'll see. The rest of the games should be close or in our favor. We'll see.
Man, this would be beautiful if Serbia can get a win over France, man. Very important for you after losing closely against Mexico.
Yeah, for sure. This is the big round for us right now, because it will determine if we can claw our way back or not. I think we can. The French are really, really good, but I think the pairing went in our favor, to be honest.
Very good.
Though that does really depend on the game itself. But I think we do have an edge in most of the matches we have left, which is great. Let's see. Let's see.
So, thank you very much for joining me today. I will start the raid soon, and we will talk with each other later, my friend. Of course, always. You're always welcome. Have a good night, man. Have a good night, and see you later.
You too. Thanks, man. See ya.
See ya. Right, stream. So if you can still hear this, thank you for watching. I'm gonna start the raid now. See the last turns and minutes of the American game.